When you see someone who's extremely physically disabled and they sit on a horse and perhaps lift their head for the first time and smile at you, that to me is what RDA is all about.
In a way, I think coming here made me think the aneurysm was a good thing because it brought me here. So my life's totally changed now from what it used to be, in a good way.
I think as a parent with a child with special needs, you can feel quite helpless at times, and to be able to give her something to enhance her life is a big deal for me and my husband. You know, we feel that it's something she really does enjoy. It's just wonderful for us to be able to do that for her.
I find it hard to walk on my own. I can't really walk on my own, and on horse it's like, well, they're doing it for you, and you're walking, you're doing everything you wish you could do.
RDA is a national charity, and we exist to provide opportunities for therapy and for achievement, and also just to have fun.
Riding for the Disabled Association, or RDA, is dedicated to improving the lives of people living with disabilities of all kinds throughout the country. Dedicated physiotherapists, staff members and volunteers work with horses and ponies to bring about fundamental improvements to the minds and bodies of nearly 30,000 participants every year. Maddie is 9 years old and was born with cerebral palsy.
Maddie has a form of cerebral palsy, which is damage to the brain, which happens when they're very, very tiny. And it's one that has caused her movements to be uncontrollable. Come on, legs apart, madam, or you haven't got room for a fat pony in there. That's it, good girl. Are you ready? And walk on, Sam. When she first came, she couldn't get her hand down to pat her pony. Her left arm was up by her ear. And it was just having this terrific inclination. She really, really wanted to pat her pony that she now brings her hand down. Stop, sit up tall, and squeeze a little bit with the top of your legs.
The movement of the horse really helps to improve their balance, muscle tone. The way the horse walks actually mirrors how the people walk, and therefore somebody that's very tight in their limbs or through their body sits on the horse and the horse is actually walking for them.
Good girl, well tried, well done.
We take riders or participants of any age and any ability, so we go from complete beginners right up to people who ride internationally for Great Britain. We have a very, very large team of about 18,000 volunteers. That includes well-trained and very skilled coaches. We also work with physiotherapists.
And your legs are getting much more relaxed now, and you're sitting down on him quite well.
Since she's been here, confidence has soared. I mean, she's very happy, she loves being on the horse. I think it's fantastic therapy. It's amazing what it's done for her posture and her walking, really. I mean, it puts her hips in the perfect position and her back's nice and straight when she's on the horse. I think it has made her stronger physically and mentally.
Straight knees, up.
You can't go to an RDA centre without volunteers, parents, riders telling you amazing stories about those transformations that have happened in every centre.
When they first start riding, then they can be very shy and a bit reserved. The horses are very intimidating, but as they learn, I suppose, they learn to love the horses and they cuddle and kiss and they just really appreciate it, I think. It's really good for them.
Every session starts with us assessing how the riders are that day, because everybody's individual.
Ready, Sheila?
Yes.
What do you say?
Walk
Look
on,
up.
Louis.
Smile.
It's up to the instructors and the volunteers to pick up very quickly as they arrive, to understand what sort of level they're at that day. A lot will come having never spoken to anybody or been very quiet, very introvert. They come and you suddenly hear them talking to the pony.
Good girl, well done. Holding your reins again. Can walk on. Yeah, walk on. Good girl, well done.
And I think they become more confident in their ability to communicate with people and really find that independence when they're on the horse, which gives them that feeling of normality.
The horse's hair, so you want to go follow my hand that way. Okay, starting right up here.
Activities on the ground allow participants to benefit from hands-on contact with the horses.
That's it, down a bit lower, onto his knees.
We have many that come that don't ride. They come and they do stable management. They learn how to look after the horses, they groom them. And for many it is just touching, it's just to be able to stroke them. Quite a few maybe are scared of them initially and don't like the touch. So we very carefully build on that, and slowly they learn how to groom them and stroke them. And the communication they build up between themselves and the horse is very special.
I enjoy doing this.
Good, I'm glad you enjoy it. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
We make sure that every one of our riders or carriage drivers is achieving something that perhaps a few months ago or a few years ago they never believed that they would be able to achieve, and that sense of creating the confidence and the self-esteem of that is perhaps the most important form of therapy that we give.
Michael Murphy has a degenerative nerve condition called Desrine Sotis, but since coming to RDA, his life has taken a new turn.
It's made a huge difference. I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to sit up because I wear a back brace, but that's for my spine, and if I wasn't riding I'd probably have to wear one to keep myself sitting up. And I would be really, really weak, and I wouldn't be able to do anything that I'm doing now.
Michael recently represented Britain and won junior gold at an international para-dressage competition in Belgium.
From Great Britain, Michael Murphy with Brooklyn Royal Vagabonds.
He's a very competitive child, and I think Sarah realised that if we didn't spice up the riding a little bit, he was going to get a little bit bored with pure therapy. So she took him off to a competition, and he just took off from there and has carried on competing and now represents Great Britain, which is a lovely aspect of it. And being a competitive child, it's given him an outlet. I think he'd be a very frustrated, disabled child if he wasn't doing something.
But the horses and ponies are the unsung heroes in this RDA story. Almost 3,000, providing nearly 500,000 rides and carriage drives a year.
Horses and ponies are extremely suitable. They are very trusting animals. They are very warm-hearted animals, and they can often form a real bond between the participant and then horse or pony. The rider can often tell the horse something that perhaps he or she wouldn't feel capable of telling a human being.
The horses are very special. They are. Without the horses, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We have riders, sometimes if they have a fit, then the horse knows, they sense it, and they will stop and they do not move until that rider is again back with us and happy to move on. Everybody's treated on an equal footing to everybody else. I think it